Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Mohibullah Wazir, and the topic is the structure of blood vessel. The blood vessels are arteries or veins. In the lumen is present the blood. Over here oxygenated and over here deoxygenated blood in the veins. Whatever may be the wall of the blood vessel, it is being made up of three layers. The innermost layer, look, this is the lumen having the blood. The innermost layer, which is called as tunica intima, it is endothelial. And then the intermediate layer, it is called as tunica media, and it consists of the elastic tissue and muscular tissue present in it. While the outer layer or tunica adventitia, it is a thin layer, it is having collagen fibers in it. So in this way, tunica intima, innermost layer, tunica media, the intermediate, and tunica adventitia, the outer layer. Depending upon the relative quantity of the elastic tissue or the muscular tissue, the blood vessels are being classified into different types. And this classification is called as anatomical classification. And according to this classification, first we see the elastic arteries. Elastic arteries are the big arteries, for example the aorta and its branches, and these are called as elastic because in tunica media the elastic element, elastic fibers are much more, and these blood vessels, when distended by the pump of the pressure of the blood, it regain or recoil and gain its size again. Okay, the second type is called as muscular arteries, and the muscular arteries are those arteries in which the muscle tissue is more in the tunica media as compared to the elastic tissue, and these are the medium size and small size, for example these ulnar and radial arteries. And these ulnar and radial arteries, these arteries give branches to the nearby organ, and this divide inside the organ which is the bone or the muscles, and it supply blood to the viscera. That's why these are also called as distributing vessels. And then the arteries divide into more smaller branches, and the smallest branch of the artery, which is visible to the naked eye, that is being called as arterioles. Arterioles then divides to more smaller branches, which are called as terminal arterioles. The terminal arteriole divides into more smaller branches, which are called as metarterioles, and the metarterioles then divides into capillaries, and the flow of blood from the metarterioles into capillaries is being guarded by a pre-capillary sphincter. That's why you note the point that to see this lecture, first you look at the lecture number 2 of the CVS. Now the capillaries and the arterioles, not the capillaries, the arterioles, these are the smallest vessels, and it gives much resistance to the blood flow. That's why they are also called as resistant vessels. And then the fourth type of the arteries is the capillaries. The capillaries are the smallest or microscopic vessels, and these are so small that you can't see without them without microscope. And these small vessels are capillaries. These are actually the exchange vessels where the blood from the lumen of these small capillaries oozes into the nearby tissues. That's why these are called as exchange vessels. And these capillaries are of three types. Number one, the continuous capillaries, in which there are no pores in the wall of the vessels. These are being present, these continuous capillaries, for example, in the brain. And then the second type is fenestrated capillaries, are those capillaries in which there are pores or foramen or holes in the wall of the vessel. These are present in the intestine, for example. And the third type of capillaries are the sinusoidal capillaries. And these are present, these are big spaces or big dilated veins. For example, in the liver, sinusoids are the sinusoids of the portal vein. And so in this way, the capillaries through which the blood oozes to the nearby tissue, these are also called as exchange vessels, and these are of three types: continuous, fenestrated, and sinusoidal capillaries. And then the other type of blood vessels that are called as venules. Look, venules are again venules are again the vessels which collect the blood from the capillary bed, and these are again of three types: post capillary venules, and then muscular venules, and then collective venules. And the collective venules then unite with one another to form the veins. And the veins are again of three types: small veins, which are unnamed, and the median veins, for example, these ulnar radial veins, and then the big veins, for example, are large veins, the superior and inferior vena cava. This is the anatomical classification of the blood vessels. Thank you very much.
Okay.